Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm Director of Marketing at Xiaomi Indonesia.
My name is Chitra. I am a female fighter. I do fight MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, and I used to fight Muay Thai as well.
My name is Farina Situmorang. Currently, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Pensive.
I am Jane Nawilis. I am currently the CEO of Nawilis Auto Service Center. Prior to that, I was a product engineer of a semiconductor company. And now I am also the co-founder of Society of Women Engineers Affiliate Jakarta.
I think the industry, especially the technology industry, a lot of people's perception is that it's a very male-dominated industry, right? Where it's far from the glitz and glamour like the fashion industry. But the truth is, it's actually pretty inclusive. Technology itself provides a lot of equal opportunities for a lot of people.
To me, in martial arts industry, it's quite challenging for women because we need to earn, for me, in my experience, we need to earn respect as this industry are being dominated by men.
Not very inclusive. Well, on the technology side, I think there are more, disproportionately more male than female. On the government side, which are my customers, I think 98% of my meetings, I'm the only female in the room.
Unfortunately, so far we have only one female mechanic. And industry as a whole, definitely we need more females in the industry. Usually the females are only in administrative or finance area.
Okay, I do acknowledge that I come from a privileged environment where I actually receive equal opportunities, right? And likewise, I'm able to influence change within Xiaomi Indonesia, right? So I would say that right now in this current society, a lot of us actually receive equal opportunities. And 10 years down the road, it will get even better.
I think it's not much difference in 10 years, 10 years back and now. But I feel like these days, women in martial arts or combat sports, we improve so much. So it's pretty easier for us to gain that respect I mentioned.
I think it has improved for sure. Looking at that trend, it will continue to change for the better. When it comes to technology, I think there are more women, definitely in the industry. When I first started becoming an entrepreneur, I don't think there were many investors that would invest in female entrepreneurs. I think that has changed because we have more gender lens investors now and also gender lens recruiting.
Definitely, it is still seen as a male-dominated industry. A lot of people even think that being an engineer, for example, is the same as being mechanics. And mechanics definitely for men. So it's not going to change much, I think, in the next 10 years. But I'm confident that there are more women that will step into this area.
I think as long as there's a society, you'll always face discrimination, be it gender, race, religion, and I think, if fortunately enough for myself, I have not been discriminated before, or maybe because I have a resting bitch face, and also maybe because sometimes I can be oblivious towards comments. But my take is, or maybe because I tend to take all of these comments to in a positive way. I think it's more of that mindset. Yeah.
No, thankfully, I have never been discriminated by men.
Yes, and I think I may not have realized at the time I was discriminated, but short answer is yes. So there are many examples of discrimination that I experience at work. You know, some of the more recent ones is I play a lot of golf for work, actually, with it can be potential customers or important stakeholders. And you know, the discrimination that I'm seeing, for example, when it comes to my, you know, the people that I golf with towards the female caddies, frankly, it's embarrassing. But they would say things like, "Oh, but Farina is here, so we shouldn't be saying this." I mean, they've already said it, but they said it anyway, and then they would apologize to me for their own behavior, but not towards the female caddy. You know, in those types of situations, frankly, I was more stunned and surprised and couldn't come up with any better answers. I feel bad for the caddies that were being treated that way. I feel bad for myself for having gone through that experience. You know, and frankly, I am not in a position of power that I can say something without any repercussions. So unfortunately, sometimes I do stay silent in this situation.
In the beginning, I am often taught as the secretary when I meet people during meetings because I'm the female, the only female in the group. And sometimes when we do have community meetings, organization that's not really business, people will assign me, okay, you be the secretary since I'm the only girl there.
I think they need to understand the idea of cognitive diversity, right? So in a workplace, right, what makes a company successful a lot of times is actually cognitive diversity. I think once you understand that fundamental, you'll be able to understand that, hey, you know, including females into discussions, brainstorming, actually does more good than bad. Yeah.
I think even the men, if they weren't the most powerful person in the room, cannot say anything. But, you know, by having more and more awareness on how you communicate towards women around you in your environment, in your community, by becoming more aware of what, you know, certain aggressions or microaggressions look like, and recognizing that, that's already a great start. I mean, I think most of us don't even recognize the things that we say or do that is definitely discriminatory.
First of all, empathize. I think it's not only men. All of us need to empathize to see the perspective from the other person, right? Because how can we know what the other person need or feel if we are never in their shoes? So first of all is empathy.
At the beginning of my trainings, there's some people will like ask me how it feels to be rolling, or like there was so much body contact with men. How does it feel? Since I've been active in fighting industries, those questions has been decreasing so much. I think they see like as a woman we train with male are okay, and that's normal. So it's getting fine for me.
I am often taught as the secretary when I meet people during meetings because I'm the female, the only female in the group.
Okay, this is my favorite question actually. I grew up without a mother. My mother passed away when I was very young. So naturally, I look up to my grandmother, who's my main caregiver since I was young. So what I'm very amazed at her is her lifelong learning and her growth mindset that she possesses.
My female role model is my opong, or my late grandmother. I grew up watching her broke not only a glass ceiling, but I think it was a concrete ceiling. She became a widow at the age of 28 without any education to, to become an entrepreneur. And she did while she raised 5 children, including my mother, who was still in her womb when she became a widow. And she started off in the garage, becoming a tailor. And it kind of grew, and then at the end she had a factory, and at the time with around 5,000 workers and multi-million-dollar business. So I saw her in building that on her own as a female. She started her business in the 60s. I think these kinds of accomplishment is very difficult to do even in 2023. But my grandmother did it in the 60s. So, she was my role model and one of my closest mentors.
Her name is Captain Esther Gayatri. Actually, I met her a few years ago during one of GE female in STEM. She is the only Indonesian female test pilot. So she has to try airplanes that are not officially in commercial yet. So the risk is very high, and she's amazing because for her to get to that position, she has to go through so many barriers, and her determination, she did everything to make it possible.
Me, myself, Indonesia is my role model because I see myself as, I don't know, I just admire myself. I see much difference. Me right now, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I used to be very shy. I cannot talk to people. I cannot even talk to people, especially in front of a lot of ones. And then I used to be like scared. Oh, and that's why I started martial arts, because I feel I wanna look cool, and I wanna be like a brave woman like that. I wanna be like superhero.
I mean, I wouldn't change anything or any decisions that I've made in the past. But if there's one thing that I would want to is actually to go out and travel more, explore more, and just talk to strangers.
If I see my younger self, I would advise myself to be braver, like earlier, and then to start my strength training earlier, because that's important. As we get older, we get more injuries, right, in combat sports. So strength training, I just see that, I just found out that strength training is really important.
I think becoming aware and becoming curious and just ask why things are happening, why people say the things that they are saying, I mean, whether some of those things are discriminatory or not, I mean, just be curious, have a curious attitude towards, oh, I'm surprised that he's asking that, or I'm surprised that she views the world this way. So you come more from a curiosity angle and mindset versus defensiveness and versus judgment.
Don't put too much expectation on yourself. It's okay to fail, and as long as we learn from it, because nobody is perfect, we cannot be perfect, so it's okay, and we are all good enough.
I'll be very flattered. Thank you. I think, you know, I read this book called The Alchemist. So The Alchemist says there's this quote over there that carried me through for many, many years. So when you want something, the whole universe conspires to help you achieve it. But the thing is, like, you know, there was this Chinese saying that 会哭的孩子有奶喝. So it translates into English, when you know how to cry for milk, then you'll get milk, you know. So this is something that when I learned when I was living in China. If you don't ask for it, you know, it's difficult for people to know what kind of help you need. So don't be afraid. You know, when you want something, just go ahead and pursue it, and everybody along the way will help you with it. And don't be shy. Yeah.
Okay, for young girls, my advice for you guys are to just be confident, be fearless, do whatever you want. You never know, just you can break the rules sometimes for just reach your goals, because you only live once.
I think get to know as many people as possible, and know that role models are also only human. So you know, don't think like they know everything. I certainly do not know many things. I think it's very important, rather than looking up to others. I mean, it's okay to do that, but it's also very important to get to know yourself and understand yourself and find your footing in the world.
Making mistakes is okay. Not doing the best, not become 100%, is okay. Enjoy your life. The most important thing is the learning experience. The more we fail, the more we make mistakes, the faster we learn.
To everyone watching this, happy International Women's Day. Yay!
Hi everyone, happy International Women's Day from me, Inandia Chitra. Stay strong.
Hi everyone, happy International Women's Day. For all my fellow women out there, we got this.
Happy International Women's Day to all Jakarta-Post readers.